like this. Real articles. This is talking about Louisiana, but Louisiana was a part of Mississippi, and Mississippi was Louisiana. For the 27th day in January 1937, rain drenched the northeastern United States. The unusually warm, wet weather thawed the frozen ground and sent torrents of water sheeting into the Ohio River. The Ohio River is the Mississippi River. They connected watering holes. The effect was dramatic. Towns throughout the region reported water levels quickly approaching the passing flood level. In some areas, the water ceased up to 20 to 28 feet. With national reports telling the displaced of over 1 million people, the event confirmed that growing nation's fear of the Great River. The country had already endured what was supposed to have been the last of the great floods only 10 years earlier, when the lower Mississippi River Basin suffered the most destructive inundation in the United States history. In the aftermath of what the Secretary of Commerce Herbert Hoover called the greatest peacetime calamity in the history of the country, Congress passed the Flood Control Act of 1928. So when they talking about that great flood, those are Be For Reals people that they're talking about. Did you know that they used the Mississippi River to do this?
They passed that act after they flooded Lake Martin too.
Yes.
Yo.
They purposely knew what they were doing. Why did you say that was supposed to be the last of the great floods in fucking quotes?
Exactly. The quotes.
We engineered the Mississippi River. We reverse engineered the Mississippi River. The people that made this in these levees are descendants of ditch diggers.
Yo.
Nobody got a reason to get up here and lie. That girl is telling y'all, and y'all can hear that in her voice. She wondering what the hell her people are, and she walking over top of them. As are a lot of y'all.
And they saying this is a fucking trend here. They saying this shit.
The Delta has so much red clay dirt like that and mud because underneath that is a lot of our fucking ancestors.
Can you hear me, by the way? Is there
wait, hold on.
Goddamn people's sacred land.
Is there any?
That's why Cream sound like that.
This thing's not on, is it?
It's on. What's up?
Hey, hey, you know what? Thanks for spitting some knowledge and dropping things, even though it's in the English language, and a lot of things in English are mostly lies because colonizers came from the Mayflower a couple hundred years ago. And like the Moors in Spain and the Mongols in China, whenever you're conquering a land, you have to lie to the people you're oppressing while you're there. But it's a pleasure to meet everybody here. Hi, how are you?
Will.
Can you turn your camera on with? Oh, he dropped. He dropped. What the hell is that?
Oh, Be For Real. We was reading a lot about your history that fell up under the Mississippi archives. I have been looking for your ass.
Yeah, ever since Baz dropped that knowledge in my lap, I literally had to take a seat back because the same knowledge I was looking for, Baz gave it to me, and I've been doing my little research, sitting back, trying to put the pieces together. But that's what I came up with, bro. Like my
people were the same people, a part of the peace treaty of the 16 or the 1700s. I want to say it was the 1700s. That was talking about your people, because French people were down in what is present day Louisiana. They fought right on the side. That's the French and Indian War. That's talking about her people. So when you go to finding this shit out and finding out them niggas was actually some kin to me, that shit hits differently. But y'all get on here, oh, you're lying. That's false. We ask y'all to come up all the time and tell us about y'all history, but y'all can't because y'all won't listen to us when we talk. We know who y'all are. The shit they doing to y'all, they have already done it to us, but they're not done with y'all. You turned your backs on your people. Now you got to pay for that shit. But that Flood Control Act, they are purposely flooding towns. This is a part of the Mississippi River Valley project. Oh, it's a project now. Please read a damn book like y'all used to tell us. Hold on, there was another part I was looking for.
And they trying to figure out.
Congress obliged the new national consciousness with the Flood Control Act of 1936. That's a whole nother flood control act. Why do you need two?
Wow.
Which declared flood control on a legitimate federal responsibility.
Wow. I ain't even know
That
that.
article alone tells you that they were purposely flooding your shit.
I guess they was flooding a bunch of nothings here because we know we African slaves and shit. Yo.
Hold on. I'm looking for. It's another one that talks about the levees in Louisiana and how they keep bursting, but they aren't bursting, because if they are bursting, how are you reconstructing that? That means you have the technology to drain the water, which means it should have never burst in the first place. Yeah, they down there during Katrina when they say the levee broke and all this, it didn't break. They released the water.
Man, this is crazy. Like this is crazy.
Agreed. Actually, that's anybody who would ever talk to anybody who really from there and really from the New Orleans area, they'll actually tell you that they heard a big boom, like a boom, like it was all pre-planned. You know what I'm saying? What they wanted to do was flood us out and run us away, but our souls call us back where we belong. So we ain't going nowhere. You know, that's always the strategy. You know, drown us out. That's always been the plan from the go. That's always been the plan. And we wonder why some of us so scared of water.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because I am terrified. I won't go around. It ain't got nothing to do with my hair at all. I don't know where to get that hair story from, but it's more of my anxiety kicks in and I get real nervous. You know what I'm saying? We wonder why.
Anybody in here like to go swimming in reservoirs? I would advise you to stop. I haven't swum in a reservoir since I was the age of 10 or 11 because I felt something pulling me under the water. Now, the water is separated by a net for the people to swim in versus the other side. I later went back and researched that damn reservoir. Guess what's underneath? A whole group of damn Indians.
Oh my God.
So the whole time we swimming in this reservoir, we swimming on top of some of our folks. That don't seem weird to y'all?
Man, this is why I be ready to glitch every time they come up here and try to just disrespect. Like B for real just said what she said. Oh, y'all lying. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all?
I wouldn't swim in no river at all because you wouldn't know. No river, no pond, no nothing.
After my cousin just lost his life swimming in a lake and they don't know what pulled him underneath, that baby body ain't been in the ground a month. I bet not never get in another river or lake again in my life.
Man.
Oh, if you're talking, you're muted. You heard me, Oh? If you're talking, you muted.
My bad. No, I was just showing this little treaty real quick for y'all. Like, this got to do with, our little situation with the Natchez and the Cato. And the thing that's funny, right? Like, when you do the research on the person that has somewhat involvement, y'all want to see what he looks like or she looks like. Hold on, watch this. This is funny. This dude, I was like, okay.
For all the Creek Indians present on the live right now, do y'all know that y'all are descendants of those ditch diggers that helped engineer the Mississippi River? Because y'all understood the water and y'all knew how to control the waterways. Creek Indians are very vast, so you need to figure out what tribe of the Creek Indians you belong to. That's stretching from East Alabama all the way back to West Louisiana and Missouri, because Arkansas was not a thing then.
I'm trying to figure out why they don't ever talk about this reservation.
I never even heard of that reservation.
There's a lot of reservations we ain't heard of, but they always keep gloating and talk about reservations because some reservations they can't even, not even supposed to be on because they got no ties to, so they just sit there because a lot of us supposed to be running these reservations.
Wow. This is why I love doing these lives because I be learning with
It's a
y'all. I
gang
never knew that.
There's always a gang of reservations in Arkansas, and nobody ain't fucking there. Literally no one.
So
Yeah,
what?
that's how everybody was researching the mounds. It's a bunch of their reservations in Arkansas for real. But Arkansas wasn't called Arkansas, it was Arkansas or Missouri. So I think that's what y'all have to understand. The borders didn't exist.
Hey,
So
hey,
when you go to
Tia.
researching these mounds, you got to look for that shit.
So you know the Quapaw Indians and the Osage, they here in Arkansas in the mountains. So if you go to Hot Springs and go to the museum, tell me why they got a picture and paintings of the Quapaw and Osage as Negroes, but
I know you fucking lying.
it's on the, you know how they do the art on the side of the building and shit. This old fucking paintings and all shit, Quapaws and Osage as Negroes. I put it in my chat, and but when you talk to them, motherfucker, they say, "Oh, it's the Native Americans." I say, "Okay, where they at? 'Cause we don't see them walking around. I swear, you don't see not one lick of Native American walking around. But you
I know
see
you better
Mexicans
be
and shit.
damn lying.
I'll send you the picture. But yeah,
And by the way,
they Negroes from Mohawks and shit, and they
before
said
y'all say
they
that
was
these are
straight back with
descriptions
the
of Native Americans, they not. Because
well,
you
they
have some depictions like those in Mississippian history that show you the Indians and the Native Americans sitting below the Indians. The
this how
Indians
you
are the ones signing the peace treaty.
this how you know they Negroes, because they was trading. They was trading with it was the Tunica. I read something
Yep.
else that they was trading with somebody in Louisiana. It's like they was like the centerpiece, like across this Mississippi, and even
Uh-huh.
the Quapaw and the Osage went across the Mississippi to settle too. But the sad thing is, the Quapaws was the first to join the French to fuck with the Tunicas. So if you look at Arkansas don't have no. I mean, they federally recognized, but you got a lot of fake motherfuckers up here talking about they Quapaw and Osage, and it's mainly the
Bold
white
faced lie.
people. It's white people. All the white people live in the mountains.
And for those Native Americans that like to say y'all invented the Three Sisters planting system, you're a damn liar.
That's cap.
You're lying. We created raised bed agriculture as well.
The Mississippians. My bad. I'm quiet. I'm catching up on the comments. Oh, y'all. Man, I'm
If I can go ahead and jump in real quick, I want to expose something about this slave trade.
Okay, you want me to put you on the big screen?
Hey, yeah. First, tell me this: how do y'all be sharing pictures on here? Because it'll be better if I could share some of this shit.
You got a green screen, so you're gonna go to your camera. And then I believe you're gonna click effects.
Friend, put me up there before you do him real quick. I just want to show this picture of the chief. That's him right there. It's on the side of the building. That's on the side of the museum. And then you got the fake Native American standing right there in front of him.
Yo.
Oh,
That's the
Negro.
part that get me when you see these paintings. They distinctively painted these people like this. They know who the Native Americans are.
They painted that image around the 1970s.
Man,
Oh,
that looked like
fucking
my
God.
friend
I never
grandma.
would have known it. That looked like a lot of our goddamn grandmamas and aunties.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
And then
Quapaw Indian.
they taking pictures in front of it, and it's like, how do you connect to? Man, I'ma just shut up.
See, now he finna have me digging back up into Arkansas.
So
because that's what Arkansas
Arkansas
is.
got a lot of hitting shit, and the Arkansas like to be quiet and they don't tell nobody shit.
Yeah, nah, y'all ain't no better than Mississippi. If your ass don't go down there, you will never know. You will never know.
I bet a lot of y'all don't even know Arkansas got a Grand Canyon.
Yep,
What?
I
I
knew
didn't know
that. Now
that.
they do it. They have a
They
Grand
pulling
Canyon. You got to go
they
see it.
pulling Egyptian artifacts out of that Grand Canyon, and they got a Sphinx out there that's petrified.
Yep.
Wow.
And
Wow.
ask me what my family last name is that owned the Choctaw land in Mississippi. Sphinx.
Ray G's. What is hateful about what we speaking on history, girl? What's hateful about what we saying? These people
I
is
guess when I go to talk
delusional.
about this Mississippian culture, that's gonna be hate speech too, huh?
Yeah,
And it's
these
on the
people
government website.
a
Hey,
narcissist.
yeah, listen here, Mona, whatever the fuck your name is. Listen
Thank you.
here. You are a goddamn Spaniard, and you're a goddamn descendant of the wild man. You're a combination of fucking surface dwellers and fucking subterranean dwellers. And you dare get on here talking about, so, oh, you speaking European bunics. European phonics. It don't matter because those people were Negro too. Your people, what you call a Mexican nation, is not even a real nation. They made that joint up because they say everybody over there mixed with one another. When the Spaniards came over here, they told you a lot of times. They told you we have not brought our wives. They never brought their wives over here. So who the hell you think the Spaniard and the Portuguese mixed with when they came over there? They called it Mexico based off what the fuck.
Hold on, before you start trying
Yeah,
to
go
figure me
ahead.
out,
No,
because
you
one
ain't.
time
No,
No,
you
wait,
they
wait,
know,
hold
called
on,
it. They
natural.
called it
Wait,
Mexico,
hold on,
Miss
natural,
Maya.
natural.
Maya. Yeah, I'm trying to argue with you, so you gotta let me finish my argument.
Natural, hold
And
on,
you
natural.
not a Maya, because if
Wait,
we want to be real,
natural.
if we want to be real.
with
Nah, no,
you.
natural. She agreeing with us. She's
That's what I'm
Oh
good.
trying
shit,
to
my
say.
bad, my bad,
I've been defeating the trolls and this shit. What the fuck are
my
you
bad,
talking
Maya.
about?
I'm hot, man. I'm hot.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Nah, she good. She good, bro. She good.
Oh shit, my bad, man. I thought she was bucking against us.
Baby, you was hot.
Didn't say
Baby,
that. That's all.
look, you know, natural, you know what?
Hey, hold on, y'all. Let me do my grand apology. Miss
All right,
Maya,
go
I
ahead.
apologize for everything I just caused you this moment. I apologize for disrupting your emotions and all types of shit. I thought you was somebody else.
Like, I won't even
Please,
upset, but it's just like, damn, like, I'm not even
hey,
like,
but
I've
you
been
know when
rocking the
I
fuck
go
out.
in, I go in. I'm just blinded on this
I'm the
shit.
one that probably got this shit to 14, like the 14K likes that it was at. When I got on this shit, it was at like 5K. What are you talking about?
What's now? Okay, now we stepping into different territories. Now I apologize for one. I ain't gonna apologize again.
All right, I just want to get up here and say that. That's all.
All right, it was a misunderstanding, y'all.
But let me finish dropping that goddamn history though. The
all right,
Mexicans, the Spaniards, they called it Mexico because of the action of what they did. Because they mixed in with all the people that was there. Well, not all the people. And they brought in the Pacific Islanders, mixed in with them, and then you had the indentured servant, whom is the white man, whom they mixed in too. The real original people was pushed down to the south. And as you can see, the so-called Mexican government, they just acknowledged their so-called black Mexicans or whatever. Okay, son. They're black Mexicans and stuff. So they call them Afro.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, Opium. But that is a fact. They definitely just recognized the original people and then still misclassified them, calling them Afro-Mexicans. Like, this is crazy. I gotta understand, we indigenous to this whole planet. Even if you go by the whole out of Africa theory, it don't matter which way y'all put it at this point. But yeah, period. Them people in the background is motherfucking Indian warriors. Y'all got us fucked up. We is not Africans. The fuck?
All right, y'all. So look, I'm having issues with my camera. So look, I'm just gonna give y'all the information because you can get all of this at slavevoyages.com. Now look, when you go to slavevoyages.com and you go to actual Africans that were embarked, embarked means actual Africans that got on ships. It's only 8,258. That's it. Not millions, not no 12 millions, not no 10 millions, not no 8 million. It's only 8,258 actual Africans that actually got on ships. Now, even further, when you go into the actual ship records and it actually shows you what these ships were holding on to, they were cargo ships with actual goods on them. They weren't actual people on a lot of these ships. They were actual goods. You can see all of this on Slave Voyages if you learn how to read it. Even further into that, when you go to total embarked, right? I told you it was only 8,258. They add another 10,000 people on there, which will give you 18,258. Those other 10,000 people that they added on there, they're not telling you where these people from. Why? Because those people were most likely Indians that they're adding into this total. So anybody that is pushing this whole narrative of a slave trade, a big old slave trade of millions of people, you are lying to the people and you need to be exposed at this point. This is why reading is fundamental. I'm gonna add this last little fact just to show y'all how much they lying. Now, even when you get into the Yamasee records, they show you that at that time, 5 million, they put 5 million so-called Indians were trapped into this so-called enslavement of the Yamasee from different areas, right? So you got 5 million Indians versus 8,258 so-called Africans on slave boats. Do the math. The math ain't adding up. You were enslaved on your own land, and you not even enslaved. You were a POW because you was busting these people's head, man. Stop believing into these fairy tale lies.
Right.
Them days of pushing slavery and eugenics is over.
Hey, Amaru.
Period.
May I
Yes,
add to
sir.
what you just said too?
Oh yeah, go ahead, God. Go ahead.
Now check this out. I want everybody to think about this too. Where did they store the food to feed 300 people? And how did they feed them every damn day? And what did they use to feed them? And don't say they had a big ass pile on the boat. When the boat's in there tossing and turning, I'm gonna need y'all to go to YouTube right now and look up boats crossing the Atlantic Ocean and look how the boat dang there for the toss and turn and flip over. Some of them actually did flip over. So I want y'all to tell me how they cooking this food, and don't say they fishing because they not fucking fishing, because they gotta catch a total at least approximately 300 fishes a day to feed everybody.
Natural.
So
Somebody said 10,000 Dakota Sioux warriors fought 2 to 3 million United States Army.
look,
Child,
most of
bring
y'all
that.
look, most of y'all short little kids, most of y'all ain't no goddamn warriors. Just be quiet. If you see what the hell our people did in Alabama and New York, y'all ain't did shit compared to what our people doing. So just be quiet. Now I'm gonna need y'all to sit y'all ass down, quit calling yourself warriors, cause y'all still out here throwing up damn poster boards and shit and saying, get off my land. No, get off my reserve. Just shut the
And
fuck up.
to add to what they were saying, if you go to the history of the Biloxi's, which Biloxi, Mississippi is a small portion of what it was, the Biloxi's are a clan of Indians that were coast dwellers. And it'll tell you in some of the reading that you read, by the turn of the century, Biloxi had become the seafood capital of the world. In the 1920s, there were more than 40 seafood factories occupying the two cannery districts. Some of the first fishermen were Austrians from the Dalmatia coast. In 1890, the Bohemians became the first imported laborers from Baltimore. So with that being said, a lot of y'all asses were sailed down the coastline of the United States. That's why your folks said they got off boats. Your ass didn't come from over no damn water. They sailed you down the coast. That's the only way you survived a long ass trip like that. Because they were able to dock and get food to feed a lot of y'all. You would have had to have clean water. You damn sure wasn't drinking sea salt.
period, drinking sea salt, drinking dookie and PP and shit. The fuck? Like, make it make sense, y'all. Like, they really and period.
It's the simple questions that amongst the whole damn thing. When they know it. They back then when they were trying to make this slave narrative, they ain't think too much on it. And I'm pretty sure they thought about it now. They'll have to come up with some new damn scheme to make it sound right.
Oh, you know that. Right. And you know what? I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, these people, and you know what's sad? Some people want to agree with it so much. Like some of the people that look like us, they want to be like, oh, we were so strong. Our ancestors survived. Oh, we were so strong. And it's laughable. Like,
yes,
you would not make it, bro. Like, your drink, like, I remember one dude say, we was eating oatmeal. So I'm laughing because I'm like, bro, so we eating oatmeal with salt water? That's what you telling me? And you mean to tell me that we was using wood while riding wood? So you mean to tell me we was setting the wood on fire and cooking the oatmeal? That's what you trying to tell me? So you telling me we was on a goddamn wooden boat and cooking with wood too? Get the fuck out of here. That don't even make no damn sense.
It's like, damn, they don't even be realistic. Like, shit. Come on, man. That don't even sound realistic.
Listen, it's a girl got on my panel one night and tried to correct me about history. She said the slave trade happened, but they lied about how they brought them over. She said that they only got babies. They put the babies on rowboats and rowed them to the Virgin Islands and present-day Haiti and places like that.
What?
She said they went and bought babies, put them on rowboats, and rowed them to Haiti. That's what she said.
Girl, I know that trip was aggravating.
On rowboats.
Rowboats, girl. She said they didn't have engines back
On
then.
rowboats across a rough Atlantic.
Look, y'all, look. Y'all know how it be when you're in a car, you got your kids and they in the car seat and shit. You be frustrated as hell. So you mean to tell me they took hundreds of crying babies that's hungry, pissy, shitty?
Exactly.
Bro, you aggravated at that point. You just want
She said them babies came on rowboats because we didn't have engines. So they had to put them on boats. So I've been sitting here trying to picture that for like 3 months now, because I think it was about 3 months ago. I've been still trying to picture them doing that, and I can't.
Oh my God, Tia, I would have laughed at her.
And for those babies to even be able to survive in that scenario, you would have to have a gang of women to help out and nurture these kids to even make
back
it.
then, because we do what every month, ladies? We menstruate.
Exactly.
We have to be in a certain hygienic environment. Women were the last ones put on boats and brought over here.
Nah, you really gotta laugh.
This is why common sense and logic kills all narratives, man. Like, y'all gotta have some common sense, man.
I mean,
Bro, I
who's
can't
these
even
trolls
breathe.
that
What
have
the hell I was getting
followers
ready
that they
to
can
read by
actually
a bit.
come up and back up with their comments? Because y'all be in the comments talking a whole bunch of fuckery. Like, what are y'all talking about?
Right, and like, you know what? And that's why on the slave movies, like, they will come out with, they never like told the boat story. Like, it always was them at the plantation. Like, they know that the boat story was far-fetched. You know what I'm saying? That's why they on the slave movies, they always start off at the plantation already, y'all, because they know the boat shit didn't make sense.
Tia up here telling y'all about the Haitian super babies.
Yeah, she said they put them on rowboats. Mimi was there when she said it. I had to get her to repeat it because I want to make sure.
She was saying it right. She said it. Yeah, they put them on rowboats and rowed all the way across the Atlantic to Haiti. I think the mermaids fed them on the way there.
I would have laughed right at her fucking face. Like, what?
But that's what I'm thinking, because they was babies. I think the mermaids fed them on their way there. I don't know. But they taught her that in the history books and from Nigeria, and her grandparents told her that.
And nothing to get a trip out of this one, since he was the one studying crime scene investigation. After she got up there, a guy got up there behind her And he said these very things to me. Number one, he said that the oldest civilization known to man was in Chile. So I asked him where Chile was located, and he got stuck. So I kept moving on, and I said, well, you spoke about DNA. Why did the DNA not link me to my living relatives that are still in present day Ghana that I know for a fact who they are? Relatives, that's not what that was for. Well, why in the fuck did I take a paternity test? I don't get it. He said that DNA cannot link you to a living relative.
He obviously don't look at paternity court, because if they can't sit there and test the father, they test the father's mother.
Y'all know who I've been thinking about since I've been off the app?
Hold on,
Remember
sis.
that dude that was on the live?
Hold on, sis. 1 second. What's up, Digital?
What's going on, y'all? Peace, everybody.
What's up? What you can you turn your camera on? Cause I don't know you. That's why I just interrupted B for all.
Yeah, I got you. I was just listening to the conversation. I have one thing to add, and I'll get up out of y'all way real quick. Hold on, let me turn this on real quick.
You gotta press save once you do it. Okay. What's going on?
Yeah, so I've been doing some videos lately, talking about some artifacts and, showing the connection about the melanated original people from the Americas. And I'm Dominican, but as y'all can see, I'm not melanated. I'm not dark complexion. My father was a melanated man. My mother was white. We all from the islands. And I did my genealogy, and as far as I could trace back, most of my ancestors were all melanated people. So I was trying to connect the history, and I made some videos, and I came upon y'all live, and I hear y'all talking about this, and it's interesting to me because it seemed like no matter where you go all around the world, if you look back far enough, everybody was melanated. So that was just my take, and I was listening to y'all live, and I'm really interested in this topic because I'm trying to figure out my own history. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming up here and stating that fact, because the funny thing is, a lot of people that go up against the information that we push, they look like you. To be honest, there's no disrespect. I'm not saying it's literally you, but it's just interesting to get people that don't really match our phenotype, but they also know the truth, because it's a lot of hate and racism on this app, and all we doing is uncovering who we are. Like you said, the farther you go back, the more melanated it gets. We got people up on these apps that's claiming Indian, but their grandmama got an afro, but they won't claim that grandmother. They won't say, okay, you know what, Dan, maybe these people with afros is kind of right. Maybe they are the original American Indians, because my grandmama got an afro. So it's like, I appreciate you coming up here and saying that, because the truth is the truth. And at the end of the day, it's not racism. Like, so much things have happened to our people. Like, this is why you come across our lives, and we be emotional, we be loud, we be passionate, because some of us is tied to these direct things, and it's important to know, like, period. So yeah,
I agree 100% with you. Yeah, and it's important that this information get out, because they buried this shit, man. They buried this shit. They don't want us to know who's who. They really don't want us to know the real history. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, when I look at my own genealogy, I got more melanated people in my family line than I do Europeans. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm European in my blood, right? Of course, like, you know what I'm saying? The people came over here and took over all the land. You know what I'm saying? But my line goes all the way back to the Tainos, the Lucayans, the Caribs, you know what I'm saying? Which is crazy to me when I found that out, you know what I'm saying? And I love that. Mm-hmm. But people don't know this. People don't know this type of information, you know? So whenever I stumble across a live where people talking about this, I'd like to jump in. I want to listen. I want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to help bring this truth to light too.
I got a question for you. So you say that you Dominican?
Yeah.
Okay. So y'all know how y'all say like me no black and all of that stuff, right?
I don't say that. You can have people. There's people that do say that. Yeah, I do know what you're talking about.
Listen. I'm with it. Listen, I'm with it because black is just a crayon. You know what I'm saying? It's not a people. It's not a race. It's not none of that. So to be honest, I'm proud of y'all. I'm proud of people that say me no black because they understand that.
Period.
That look, they get it. Like they get it. That it's a wordplay. That it's American bullshit. It doesn't connect you to the land. It doesn't connect you to anything. So stand on that because when you in America, you realize that the reason why they came up with the term of black is to erase you from your indigenous roots. This entire time, it was to program you to connect to something that didn't have no connection in the beginning. So shout out to y'all for not identifying as a damn crayon box color. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And for the rest of y'all in the comments, y'all need to listen to what he said because he's identifying the fact that when we speak about our ancestors going through, he did his genealogy and started digging, and he started seeing people that look like us. That means a lot of the shit we talk about our people went through, so did his ancestors. That's why we keep telling y'all to listen. They did the fuck shit to you too.
Right. That's why I look the way I look like.
Wait, can I ask you a question? You sound like you're from New York City. You live in New York?
I'm from Jersey.
Okay, yeah, you're close enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a fact. A lot of Dominicans out here, and I said that when I finally discovered like the information, I said, damn, that's why they be over there saying I'm not black, I'm Dominican. Or I'm not black, I'm Puerto Rican. And you can argue them down. They be like, no, I'm Puerto Rican. I'm Dominican. Now it makes sense. It's not that they was trying to separate from that original culture. It's not that they didn't like they Afro type hair. It's the fact that what the fuck is black? What is that shit?
Right, because they don't talk that way in the island. They don't identify by a color. You know what I'm saying? That shit, they get that terminology when they get here.
Yeah, we know that. And to be honest,
Is Nina in the comments? Nina, you in the comments now? Because Nina was born and raised in Puerto Rico, and she moved here when she was in, I think, her 20s. She never knew what a Negro was. She didn't know what a black person was. She didn't know what a colored person was. When she was going to school, they told her that we were the Indians of America. She never knew any of that. So she got confused when she got here.
Indoctrination, man, that's crazy. And that's what I'm saying. Like we can't go by, and that's what I'm saying. You know how the elders will always say, it's not what people call you, it's what you answer to. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit hit different because it's like, if you pick that terminology up and you want to call yourself something, that's on you. Like, at the end of the day, I'm not raising my kids to be black. Matter of fact, they'll tell you all the time. Ask them. They'll tell you right now, no, I'm brown and I'm an American Indian. I don't know about what black mean. I don't know about none of that shit. None of that shit. And that's how we gotta raise our kids up, man. Is you tell them what their identity is. Don't let nobody else tell them what they is. That's crazy to me.
That's right. And I have one more question for the panel. I was in another live not too long ago, and they were talking about the Olmecs and that, and the She people of the X, and they mentioned how one of the markers is the X's on the hands. Y'all heard about that?
No, I haven't heard of that. Hold on, y'all.
I got an M and an X.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you talking about the M and the X. That is a unique identifier, but it also follows the spiritual culture of these tribes that dwell mainly within the South. So that is a real thing. That's why a lot of y'all, I'll be like, look in your hand. What do you see?
I got an X. I got two. I got an X in the center of my hand.
Yeah,
you should have an X and an M.
I got an M. Yeah, I got an M, but like between the two lines, I might as well. I'll show you in a minute. But I wanted to talk about this picture real quick. I already showed this to my family, but this right here, y'all, I finally broke through 1790 when they said, we started the census records on 1790, right? So apparently they was doing census before 1790, and I found those documents. Yes, they was written on notebook paper and all that other stuff, and they had museums and things like that. But they was conducting census before the 1790s. Some of them had your names. I don't know why they don't want to show you the census records before 1790. I'm not gonna see no shit on there that says African or slave. Well, none of that mess on there, because the colonies, it's called the colony population records, colony census. You got parish census. There's a lot of different census that's before the federal census. So when you find this stuff, and let's pray to God that you find a census record that was before the 1790s about your folks. Excuse me. Then I'm pretty sure you're not gonna see black and none of that shit on there. You're not gonna see none of that. So first of all, you ain't gonna know what skin color they is. So you just got to go off, okay, on 1790s or 18 something, these people were black, these people were black, blah, 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 blah. So these people got to be so. And they was going around Indian villages and counting people. That's one of the first things the colonists did. They came to the Indian village, they counted everybody in their village and things like that. They kept those records up. So not only you could trace yourself to on a map, on an old map, if your people be in a certain period for approximately 200 years, a certain land for approximately 200 years, there's also a good chance that there's a colonist record out there that counted everybody in that village where your ancestor was. It's not going to say no damn name, but your people could have been right there in that damn village where that colony census was taken. So they got all this information, y'all. They still got it. They just playing with y'all. So whenever they say they establish some date, I say look up anything that's dealing with the same thing. Just switch the words around.
By the way, real quick, I don't know how much y'all dug into this, but if you do get your land patents off that.
Yeah, we know about that so much to the extent where we're still from Africa, even though we got land patents according to other people.
That's why they want y'all to keep thinking that.
Make it make sense.
As long as you think you from Africa, you can't claim them patents.
I got a question for the African Americans in the back and the Pan Africans that think y'all African. Why y'all being evicted right now? They deporting your ass by the boatload. So now we finna see in real time Africans coming from Africa on the boat.
This dumbass said, so you trust the white man's records? I don't use skin color as a base of truth, dumbass. If that's what y'all use as your base of truth, all it's English, so it's a lie. First of all, the Spaniards and the Portuguese lied about all the shit. The Germans lied about shit. Africans lied about shit. Y'all act like every nation on this earth is incapable of lying. But if it's an English talking person, oh, it's a lie. Do you see how dumb y'all sound?
Hold on. That sounds ridiculous because you're going to sit there and you're going to trust what you say, a white man's records, because they're going to report what they said. They're going to record and report what they see in their terms.
But the thing is, Lady Mimi, these people weren't even white. That's the dumb thing about it. Now, they only realize that the white was the damn servants.
No, I'm just saying the quote unquote, the way they want to put it, the European records or whatever, they're reporting what they're seeing. They have to go back to get sponsored. So they have to go back and tell the queen, this is what I seen. So that she can sit there and say, yes, I'm going to insure your company and your voyage to go and do this again so we can go and invade it. Duh.
Exactly.
Hi, Captain Planet.
With your blood quantum, but nobody said nothing, no, huh?
Wait,
it's cool to talk with your blood.
What's up, Captain Planet?
Well, peace and love. How you feel, goddess?
Good, good. Can you turn your camera on if you don't mind? Because I don't know you. You never came to my panel before.
All right, how you do that?
You go to, damn y'all, how you do it? Because since I'm the host of the live.
You gotta click on the picture. Once you click on the picture, it's gonna be a little camera sign at the top left-hand corner. You click on that and hit save. Click on your own picture first in the panel.
Yeah, y'all. I don't know. We be on this app, so we know a lot of people how they look. So that's why I be saying, like, if you come on my panel that I never seen before, I don't know you. I just appreciate if you turn camera on so we can know who we speaking to, because my face in the camera. You gotta press save after you do it. You trolling, or you really don't know how to turn your camera on at this point? Yeah, man.
You gotta hit the save button at the bottom of the page or the bottom of the screen.
It's amazing that you sit there and you know every word of
the same button you hit when people are requesting. If you hit that button again, it'll show all of our mics and our cameras. You can unmute their mic, but you can turn their camera on and it'll send a request. Only thing he have to do is press yes.
Oh wait, how you do that?
You know the button at the bottom that show you how people was joining, how they send a request at the bottom?
I see it. Yeah.
Click there. Go. Never mind.
What's up, Captain Planet?
Yeah. You ain't see my face?
I can see your face. What's going on? What's up?
Shit, I just see a lot of black people congregating, just hearing what y'all was talking about.
Oh, we not black.
We
not black. We Indians.
I got you. I just heard the sister talking about the queen. There's one thing that we always be forgetting is about the money masters and the money changers. You feel me? That's who controlling all this shit. You feel me? America wasn't made for black people to surpass them. You feel me? Our job was to be workers and, to be workers until infinity. So us surpassing white. Yeah, as far as America, the system was set up for us to be workers.
For European control. This has nothing to do with America's Vespucci. The name of this land was already here. So that name belongs to American.
I understand that, but it's not under Europeans. It's under the Jewish bankers.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay, wait. Hold on. We gonna get
let
it.
them ride.
So wait, Captain Planet, what you saying is we're supposed to be workers? Like, can you repeat what you said? And then after you repeat what you said, we're gonna let him finish, and then y'all can all respond to him one at a time, so we can all hear each other. So you
the narrative black folks don't read, right? So when you got books about these bankers and the queen, all the queens are all Zionists. So you have these bankers in this corporation. They are the ones who stole the knowledge, the esoteric knowledge of nature, of self, frequency, all that stuff. Everything vibrates, right? These are the people who took this information and they use it against us for negativity. So they're the ones who control this system that we live in under based off the money, because they control us through the money. Everything else, we can go back to nature and have it abundantly, right? But we just programmed to think that this is the only way. So this whole system was set up by these Jewish bankers, slavery, all that shit was all funded by them. So the system that they set up was never to have people of color surpass them. You feel me? That's the whole purpose. The civil rights movement, yeah, they gave us civil rights, but they brought over all these other foreign groups to take the jobs or whatever that we be talking about. Now, me personally, all I talk about is solutions. I already know who these devils is. You feel me? My thing is, what's the solutions for our babies? Because right now we still talking and we still in survival mode, paying these bills. Some people like, I ain't paying bills, whatever. But I'm saying right now we have an opportunity because we got a lot of farmers, black farmers in America who are growing hemp. I'm a hemp farmer for the last 6 years. Okay, China and Russia is growing hemp for batteries. They already released batteries made from hemp marijuana, which is 10 times stronger. That means we can control our own power source. We can grow power. We can have these magnetic generators that can power our house forever and stop paying these devils. It's the same people Captain. We work for. Yeah.
Captain, now, I love what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing at all. But do you know how much it is over here in Arkansas to grow hemp? Like, do you know the things we got to do now? How they regulated this shit? Yeah, I was just talking about this.
You can go to the farmers. The farmers are already the ones, right? I can just tell you shortcuts. You can go to the farmers and pay acres for them, and then you can grow it through that and don't have and bypass all that shit.
Yeah. No, that's true. I'm talking about in the state where I'm at.
That's in our state, Black man. I'm just talking about let's get free, bro. Then we can start having these conversations. We got the know-how. We got these black colleges. It's time to get free for real.
Hold on, Captain Planet.
Let me finish, Captain.
Hold on, y'all. Captain Planet, wait.
Free. Well, hold on. So the first step, you know what requires the first step of becoming free, right? As an individual, because before you want to speak on collectively wanting to do whatever you want to do with anyone else, have you set yourself free individually?
Wait, hold on. Before Captain Planet answer that question, C3 said that she used to block you from our lives because you was in there on the Native American panels trying to basically agree with them, saying we pretendians and stuff like that. So you changed your mind?
I don't even know who you talking about, me?
Yeah.
Man, I don't even be on these pages talking about none of this stuff with black folks or niggas or however you want to call it. I'm just talking about solutions for our people. Like talking about this don't take us nowhere. So I don't know what she talking about. I don't be on here. I be on Twitter mainly.
All right.
I don't even really know how to operate.
Wait. Hold on, Captain Planet, because I know C3 and she not a liar. So she said she gonna get off. She gonna get off work in 20 minutes and she gonna come up to explain. Because I don't know you and I don't know what's going on. But that's my.
I don't even. I got you. I'm not even surfing on TikTok like that to be doing all that stuff and jumping in these type of comments. But like I say, this is I'm talking about solutions to get free. Y'all talking about, whatever she talking about, the lady you talking about, I don't know what you talking about, man. You feel what I'm saying? I'm on Twitter mainly.
Listen, you want solutions, but see, we can't be teaming up with the ops. Don't you agree? We can't be teaming up with people
I feel you, man. I'm just giving information of sparking a light bulb in y'all head. Y'all don't have to know me. You being like, yo, let me just research what this man talking about and see what so I can bring it along for my people. That's all. You don't gotta listen to what I'm saying or all the ops. You can still do it for yourself, Goddess.
Can I finish my
thing is,
statement
you're talking
real
to
quick?
a panel full of people who are already free. So you're not saying nothing new to us. We already know our just solely rights. We already know our indigenous rights and by birth to this land. So you're not talking about nothing to us. We already know what the deal is.
So hold on,
bro. I'm talking about getting free, bro. Y'all feelings about something.
Wait, y'all. Everybody talking over each other. All right, so Natural, you can go, and then Opium, and then Amaru. Go ahead, Natural.
When I was saying about that hemp situation, I don't think you really caught what I was saying. They made it to where you gotta have $50,000 to even grow anything that's even close to marijuana. That includes hemp. You gotta have 7 possessing and growing. You gotta have $15,000 for dispensary. You gotta have, I believe it was another $15,000 just to get the seeds and all this stuff. I believe it's like 4 or 5 licenses all in one. And each of them rack up to about $7,000 to $15,000. And if you even get caught growing hemp, they lock your ass up without if you don't have a license. They purposely did it to us. Now they said we can go purchase it from a dispensary and we can smoke it, but if they catch us growing it and selling it without a license,
can't smoke hemp, black man. Can't smoke it, bro.
That's not the discussion. What I'm saying is, that's not the subject. Why the subject is not smoking hemp. The subject is usage and selling and trying to barter and trade it. In my state alone,
you talking about smoking marijuana, bro. I'm not talking about cannabis sativa. I'm talking about cannabis.
Man, just hear what the fuck I just said. I just literally just said smoking is not the motherfucker.
That's number one. Stop calling us black.
Look, I literally just said in the goddamn statement, smoking is not the statement. I mean, smoking is not the subject. I just literally just said barter and trade. When you barter and trade, that means you can barter and trade with other countries and just selling the damn hemp. Now, your mind has stayed on one damn thing. I said,
you said that you had to get 5 different licenses, black man. That's not true. That's what I'm
Captain.
trying to
Now
say.
hold
You
on,
said
wait,
that
hold on,
before
y'all.
you went to that, black man.
Captain. I'm gonna need
I'm
you to look
already
up the
doing it,
Arkansas.
black
I'm
man.
gonna need you to look up the
Friend,
Arkansas laws
this
and
show go
regulations.
live, but he keep on
Like,
disrespecting the situation. So
I'm a,
could
hey,
if
I,
you
I got,
could,
Disrespecting?
I
How am
can,
I disrespecting his
Wait,
hold on,
y'all,
I got it.
y'all, wait.
Wow, how am I
Let
disrespecting his name?
hold on,
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna
let
tell you how
Nancy
you
finish.
disrespecting me in a minute. But I just wanted to get to the point before I talk about the
Yo,
disrespect.
I'm good, bro. Y'all go ahead, bro. Y'all conversate on
The
on
thing
the
is,
white
hold
man,
on,
bro.
wait, Captain. Before
No,
you
y'all good.
even
I'm
go,
good,
you
my
need to
dick.
look up the
Y'all not trying to get free, bro.
Arkansas law
Y'all
and
not.
shit.
I don't need to, bro. I'm already doing it, bro. Y'all
Because you
already free.
listen,
listen,
Y'all
all I
already
know
in
is
you
Cali.
you ain't
Y'all
were.
let
about
y'all
what the
You
fuck
free.
said
you
you
talking about.
were.
You ain't about what the
Y'all,
fuck you talking
wait.
about. He's not about what the fuck he talking about. They always come on here and talk about something. We
Friend,
need to get
not
together.
trying to
We
be
need to do
funny.
this and do that. But yet he don't even. I'm sitting there telling you how right here in the South it's kind of impossible if you ain't got $50,000 up to 75K because they know damn well we the ones would take off and they help marijuana barter and damn trade. He didn't want to look
He
into it. Now, if his
proved.
dumb ass get into it and he in the damn South and get his ass locked up, he gonna remember that you need at least approximately about 5 damn licenses to get to even sell the shit.
Nigga said he gonna remember this live.
But he proved what C3 said he was. He said that she said she blocked him from a lot of places because he was in those lives sitting up there basically calling black people us black. He's a black first person. Not even sitting up here disrespecting them because at least they respectful and answer to, I mean they call you what you answer to. But he's a yeah. That's what she was sitting up here telling you. She was warning you that he gonna sit here and keep on saying black man, black woman, black this, black that,
Listen,
black this.
listen, I caught it. Look, listen, I notice every time that we making like real progress and really start talking about like real history and getting deep into it, it always got a person that come in here and be like, hey, I come to liberate y'all. Baby, first of all, when you said what you said about y'all pushing the white man shit, like, bruh, you can't live with me because I already got my land. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do nothing for me that I can't do for my goddamn self. You understand? And here's the thing. When you come on this panel, show us what you talking about, because you can sit up here and talk a good game all day. Show us your businesses that you running. Show us this empire, this hemp empire that you
He say
claim you
he
got.
grow hemp in his backyard.
Exactly.
Put your camera on and show us. We not going with that bullshit. Show us. When you come into a panel, you gotta step. You gotta show us the product that you got. You gotta show us your little bank statement that you running a checkup. Cause one thing I do know, from going back based on the history, we not going with that. We all melanated shit, pull up and help me shit. We ain't doing that no more. So show us what you got. Put up or shut up, basically. We don't want to hear no, I got this, I got that. I don't want to hear that. Show me, man. Show me.
Period. That's all. But that's why I think he dropped, because he knew that's where it was gonna go, and he have what we would have asked for. So
With the shit he was talking about, he knew he ain't had all the gems on it. Cause look, the shit he talk about, I talk about this shit all the damn time with the people I be around. And they know in the damn South, if you talking about agriculture, you know, it's something as big as hemp or marijuana, you know damn well you finna spend up to 75K or more because you got to purchase the land, and not only, and then you're not thinking about the tractors, which cost up to $1 million damn
that's a
dollars and shit
fact. That's a fucking
down here.
fact.
I said, bro, you not thinking logically. All that could automatically to be destroyed. He knew. I believe he dropped that because he knew what the fuck I was finna go. He knew he fucked up. I'm now to that thing about him calling me black man and shit like that. I hear this shit every day. I'm not tripping about that. It was just a simple fact that you telling us to come together and your plan has to talk about, okay, what's the preparedness money? You got money set up for everybody, at least $1 million for everybody to get this shit going, have their own tractor, have their own shit. How are we supposed to rack up this money and get this shit? Or we just going to the motherfuckers that already got bread and begging? How the fuck we gonna do this?
Yeah, basically he sit there and was telling you that you're gonna go sharecrop. You're gonna go to the current farmers and you're gonna ask them, can you sit there and plant your hemp seeds on their land, and then you're gonna share the profit. That's what his plan was.
Another,
But as they're sitting up there, if everybody's sitting up and telling you, correcting you, saying that no, I do not identify as a black man or a black woman, and that's not what it is, and it's this, that, and third, then it's a disrespect regardless of how it goes. This man was on notice. He put on notice when C3 sit there and told what she know him from.
Diablo, these people are so lost. I just know Martin Luther King is rolling in his grave. What are you talking about, Diablo? Huh?
Can I just say something real quick?
Go ahead, Maya.
I'm gonna get his ass in a minute with that Martin Luther King statement.
I think the problem is that we've been so conditioned to the point where we think we are literally black. And some people have to like reprogram their mind to like kind of get out of that. I don't think he meant any harm because I still do it. I'm still in spaces that try to go all Afro and stuff like that. But at this point, I'm not even like worried about labels because as long as they're doing something for the community, that's all I care about. So like I'm participating, like I'm in this rap group called Illa Spills, and he raps about real stuff. Like he talks about how the kids are on drugs and stuff like that, and they need help, and we need to like improve our community. So I don't think he meant any ill will. I think the problem is
Hold on,
that
Maya.
we just can't get on the same page.
Maya, we can't. Okay. I understand what you're saying because there's times where you do have to stoop down to one's own level of knowing. And if they identify as black, I get that. Sometimes you got to shift and whatever. But at the end of the day, identity is going to be key to anything moving forward in terms of building. Because if you identify as black, but I identify as American Indian, that means later on down the line in this establishment that we've built together, it's going to be debates and fights and havoc because we're already on two different pages. We're already identifying as two different things. So that's why I say identity is always key, period.
No, I agree. And I get that. And I think what I'm trying to say is that there needs to be like a solution as to like when it comes to self-identifying and identity as a whole, because some people are still so gung-ho on, oh, we from Africa, we came over here, we slaves, da da da. And then we have people like this panel that know the truth and dug deeper into the truth because the math won't math them with the whole African story. So I think the point is like, I think we should just come up with solutions as to how we can all get to identify on the same page and how we all can get on the same page. But I don't think it's going to be easy. Like, it's not going to be easy, but like, I think it's possible. But I don't think when people self-identify as black or whatever, they're trying to like, I think they're just miseducated. Like, I've been
They doing it out of ignorance. And at some point, Maya, it's your job and it's your responsibility to read and understand what's going on around you. At some point, we're not going to keep giving y'all that smack on y'all back. Okay, no, we don't understand, because how are you still like maneuvering in a society where you know you've been lied to, where you know things is going on that shouldn't be going on, where you know it's a group of people that keep being reclassified, keep being like, what's going on? Like, and if that's not okay, cool. Some people say when they do their genealogy, some people don't know their mother, they don't know their father. I understand that. But when you go dig into that type of history or you hear certain things, how is that not triggering you to understand, okay, how did we go from Indian to black? So I can understand why when I go around these group of people that ask me not to call them black, I can actually understand what they really mean by that. Instead of just saying, no, we all black, we all the same. No, we're not.
Nah, I feel. And I never been the type to want to be like disrespectful. So I'm going to call you by like what you respond to, not, by what society classify you as.
Well, me personally, I'm not doing business with nobody who associate themselves as black. Period. That's just me because you putting.
That's a fact.
You here's the thing. If I'm an investor and you want to label yourself as a black-owned business, I can't rock with you because that's not what I identify as. So therefore, I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's not really for me to do. What, dude?
Respect that. I feel like as a whole, we all just on our own journeys and trying to figure out what's gonna work for us and what's best for us. And so I respect it. you know. But I was just putting that out there that I think that's the big problem is the self-identifying thing, and that's where we get our wires crossed and we get confused.
But you know what's so funny? I was with a lot of people. Go ahead, Opium.
Oh, I was just going to throw in there that you're correct, but then you have to throw in there the fact of the self-identifying part that comes with, doing genealogy and paying homage to your oldest port. And then when you throw in there misogynistic ways and prideful ways and people who built up LARPs due to social media and have, built this certain type of life that they live, and for all that to come into question when they have good history and pay homage to the actual history of why they're able to be on social media and do the things that they're able to do, it's a hard little pill to swallow. So it's like it's a choice to have to make: either be narcissistic and keep up the bullshit and things that we've been dealing with in society, or break that mark and pay homage.
I want to address the MLK comment because I'm sick of y'all bringing that up.
Oh yeah,
I live in Memphis, Tennessee, and the Lorraine Motel is very much real. And there are certain speeches that Martin Luther King gave that they don't tell y'all about. You first of all need to stop calling him Martin Luther King. That's his father. That man had his own name, and it was not MLK. They asked him to take on that name of his father because of who his father was, a tribal chief. That man made a statement here in Memphis about those workers for the garbage disposal that were Indian, that were being underpaid and mistreated. And it goes, we coming for our check and our land. Negroes were exiled on their own land. We are Indians. So quit throwing up MLK if you don't even know that fucking part about him. What's that nigga name, number one? Y'all don't know. So quit saying MLK is rolling over in his grave. No, your forefathers rolling over in their grave because they trying to figure out what the hell y'all doing.
They don't know why he got. They don't. I'm not gonna sit there and tell that, but they don't know why he really got unalived. They don't know that his last speech was, "I feel that I sit there and I brought my people into darkness," and said, and they don't know that.
Thanks.
Yep, he said something about a burning house.
I led my people into darkness, into a burning house, and I still feel that I failed them. I feel that I sit there and this, that, and they don't know that. They don't know that him and Malcolm X sit there and got unalived because they went into the wrong path.
That speech is downtown in the archive records. He said he is going to lead his people back out that burning building, as many as he can, because we come into the government and when we step to y'all, we want our check and our land back.
Oh, he went gangster. Do not sit there and play with it. He went gangster in the end and sit there and said, "I want my stuff back." He said it in a nice way, but basically he was sitting up there saying, "We coming to get our shit back. We coming to get our check."
Period.
I got a video of him doing a speech. It was like a private event where he was talking about, going into the history of his tribe and the indigenous people and how they were lied to and reclassified. Host, if you want, I can send you that video. And one other thing, you mentioned,
y'all don't know about those speeches that was in them churches. You don't know about them speeches that was down in the basement of them Alabama churches. You just know about the public speeches that he was contracted to put out there because his movement was funded. Yep. And it was funded by, well, I'm not going to say it because I'm not, this ain't my lie.
It's funded. That's why I keep saying, pay attention to who's the hidden hand, who's making make sense, make it make coin.
Well, I got some sense for y'all. I got some hidden history for y'all. Y'all ready for this one? Y'all ready for this one? Not Emmett Till, but Martin Luther King went to go visit Mamie Till after Emmett Till was unalive, correct? Why did he go visit Mamie Till? What was significant about Emmett Till when there were babies that were done worse before him? Emmett Till was the youngest tribal chief to ever grace Mississippi.
You all don't know that the whole King family was unalive. The whole family.
Tia, you lying. Say that again for the people in the back.
That young man was a chief, man. Facts.
Wow. It's not what you see him down here. She had he had to come because his grandfather had gotten too old. They were trying to buy the land,
Wait.
but the family would not sell it. Okay? His granddaddy refused to sell because it wasn't his land to sell, is what he kept telling people. Now,
You was going in,
so-called,
sis. You was going in and out. I think you got to repeat everything because you was definitely glitching in the beginning.
hold on, y'all. I'm gonna stop before I say anything because they're your life.
Yeah, these some gems right here, man.
Okay. MLK went to visit Mamie Till because Emmett Till was unalived. Not for being a black man, not for wolf whistling at a white woman. All y'all jumping on Carolyn Bryant's back, jumped the hell off because she didn't do anything. I'm telling you, she ain't did shit. Emmett Till didn't have a choice but to come down here, regardless of what his mama wanted. He had to take the throne, as they would call it. His granddaddy had gotten too old. She never had a choice in the matter. He had to come back. They were supposed to bring him into town, pass the baton, and send his ass back out right after he got it handed to him. They told him who he was when he got here. The reason his cousins and them followed him everywhere was to keep him quiet. Because the people in that town were trying to buy that land that they were living on because it belonged to the Till family. The granddaddy couldn't sell what did not belong to him. It belonged to Emmett. When they were in town, he bumped into a mulatto man. Now, here's where y'all Native Americans love to say, oh, we own y'all. Y'all to neglect to tell everybody that y'all were also classified as mulattoes. So the people that y'all seen standing around those bonfires that look like us when they were lynching people, those were mulattoes or AKA Native Americans. He bumped into that man, a well-dressed Negro as they called him. And that man said, boy, you need to watch where you're going and apologize. And the white people that he was talking to were backing him up. Do you know what Emmett Till said? I will never bow or apologize to a man that's standing on my land. That made them realize what was going on. See, the lynching were for Indian and tribal chiefs. Yeah, that had nothing to do with skin color or being a Negro. I'm going to tell you how I know. And this is finna blow y'all fucking mind. His cousin them told him to shut up and come on. You were never supposed to say that out loud. It was supposed to be a secret. That same mulatto man / Native American man that he bumped into was Carolyn Bryant's dark-skinned lover. Let's be real clear about that. So when they made it back, they told the grandfather what was happening. That's why the grandfather and grandmother was still up trying to rectify the situation. This is why they also told him, we will give you the land that you asking for, but no, they wanted him to apologize. And he said he would never bow or apologize to a man on his land. He's the chief of that territory. How did they know where to go if segregation was a legal thing and they weren't allowed in each other's territory? There were 2 black men that escorted them. One on the back of the truck with these 2 white men and the mulatto man that was leading them into the territory.
Wow.
He was unalive for being the youngest tribal chief. That's why Money, Mississippi right now, if I show you a picture of it, it's uninhabited land. The people that still live there are descendants of the Till family or the people that were non-disrespectful in that territory.
What was the name of
There's
the tribe?
nothing you can do with that land when they still own it.
If you don't mind me asking, what was the name of the tribe? His tribe?
When you talk about tribes in Mississippi, you have to go by that last name. The same thing I had to tell friend. Her last name is Warren. Well, I showed her what it was really like. It's the name of that tribe, Till, because they tilled the land.
Okay. Tillers of the earth.
Thank you. That's why now when you look at it, it doesn't look like it did then. You spilled tribal chief's blood on that land. What makes you think it's going to prosper?
Nah, this is crazy, y'all. I learned something new again today. Because I did not know that. Because to be honest, I was trying to look into Emmett Till because y'all know they gave us motherfucking the circus for as history, making fake shit the truth. So I was trying to look into him and I could never go to, but I always knew something
so
up.
much better. Did y'all know that his daddy was done the same way in France? It's a curse.
What?
Look at Breonna Taylor. Yeah, Breonna Taylor died exactly 60 years to the date. Yeah, he would have been the same age his father was when Breonna Taylor was unalive. His father was done the same way in France.
God.
You won't find that history until you step foot in Mississippi. That's why Mississippi has a way of closing people off and kicking you out.
Wow.
Well, they mentioned it in the movie, in the TV movie that's on ABC. They mentioned it about his father. They sit there and they unalived his father when his father was in the military, and they accused him of trying to talk to a French
That's
woman.
what I read.
Before he was born.
That is a curse. The Till curse is a real curse of Mississippi. You don't disrespect the Till family down there.
Wow, Tia. After this live, I don't even know what the fuck to say.
One of his cousins is floating around TikTok.
Oh my. No, we really
don't
have
come
to
up here hot about Mississippi and your ass don't know shit about
after
Mississippi.
this live, we really have to talk because I gotta understand that whole story. I have to understand.
Can I add something to Tia's
No,
story?
it's not for real, Tia, because for so long I've been trying to figure out like, okay, Emmett Till was the last person on my personal list of like people that they gave us in history, and 9 times out of 10, a lot of them, like we know Harriet Tubman was a fucking actor. So Emmett Till was the last person, and I'm like, the story sound fucking fake, but I can't find the real fucking story.
So I wanna validate Tia's story. My best friend, his nephew is Emmett Till's cousin, and I have spoken to If there's more, I'll text him. I don't know. I'll ask her.
Take another one.
Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna break at my job. But my best friend's nephew is Emmett Till's cousin, and I had spoke to his nephew's mom, and we was talking about Emmett Till. He was like, "Yeah." She said, "Yeah, that's my cousin," and he was a tribal chief. That whole BS story about that white bitch. This is her words exactly. It's false.
They were unaliving tribal chiefs. Tribal chiefs were the ones being lynched.
And
wow,
she had
so
said
Opium,
that.
wait, time out, Opium, that freaking list. Opium, that list.
She had said that
like you connected the dot, huh? So you starting to realize those are a lot of the bloodlines of who are a lot of them people probably related to.
Bro, I'm about to end this
She
fucking
said
live.
that,
Y'all laughing, no, for real, because I have to process which, yo, Tia.
What was said? Yeah, because she had told me that they're not mad at the story of what was told to the public. Like, they are because it was a lie, but what they're really mad is that these people didn't come out and tell them the truth. They waited until their deathbed to say something.
So when they took them to court and the men stood up in court and said, "Yeah, we did it," ha 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 ha, they actually did nothing.
Yeah, she said when the people had stood up in court and confessed to doing it, and the court said that's what really pissed them off.
Because even the judge knew the truth.
But they
The
sit
story
there like
is
everybody
real.
keep.
I spoke to Emmett Till's family myself. I heard this with my own 2 ears. Like I said, one of my best friends, his nephew is Emmett Till's cousin, and they were saying
There's
how
the
they
truth.
did it, how he was sent down to from Chicago. Mom never wanted to, but he had to because of birthrights.
There's the truth, and then there's the story. It's different. It's always gonna be different. Just like it's gonna be always different. Just like everybody sit there and they praise Rosa Parks, and Rosa Parks didn't sit there and start that movement. She was selected because
There was
these
another
movements
lady
were
before her for the
funded.
trolleys.
So wait, time out. C3, Tia. So wait, was the Till family Kaskaskia Indians?
That falls, I think, on the borderline of Chickasaw, Choctaw territory. The
I
tribal
believe that they're
name of those.
Chickasaw because Emmett Till, the cousin that I spoke to, she has the Chickasaw markings on the neck, the rings and everything. I believe that
That's why I say I think they fell on that borderline of Chickasaw territory.
Man, y'all ain't gonna believe this. I'm running jailbroken Chat GPT, like a jailbroken version of it, and I got it to tell me all about the Till tribe in Mississippi.
What?
Yes, sir.
wait. What you just said?
Hold
What it
on.
was called? What it was called?
I'm running a jailbroken version of ChatGPT, and I got it to tell
Say
me
that.
all about the Till tribe of Mississippi. I never heard of this. That's crazy.
The documentary that y'all read, that y'all showed, they showed y'all about Emmett Till, that is a remastered version. The original version that was shown to us in school said all of this. When they realized what they did, they discontinued the use of it.
They wasn't going
And
to teach you. They
Wow.
wasn't going to teach you, and they weren't going to sit there and teach you the Emmett Till was named. Emmett Till did fuel his murder did fuel the civil rights movement, but they wasn't going to teach you about his. They wasn't going to really teach you anything about it because the movement had already went in force, and it already was in movement. But it was funded, and it was funded by the Ish people.
Right,
Y'all
and I'm
have
glad you
friends.
mentioned that documentary,
You
Tia,
heard,
because she was saying that she was mad how they
hold on.
redid his documentary without their permission.
Well, the Ish
All of this
people and
going to play
the
a part in Mississippi
NAACP.
history. It's following the timeline. Friend, you mentioned that story about how the sheriff was unalived in Vicksburg. What was the
Sheriff
last name of
Crosby.
that sheriff?
Crosby.
Can I read
Like
something?
Why was he unalived?
Wait.
Like people don't even understand the NAACP is full of is honestly it's not about African American what's name. It's full of tribal chiefs that's sitting up there
Wait, time out.
directing the
So
naval.
Crosby was the chief? Oh,
That's who
so
it is.
time out. Vicksburg, Warren County turned up because they killed Chief Crosby? I gotta end the live, y'all. No,
Wait, can I read something to y'all before we drop?
go ahead, because I'm about to end this shit. Hold on. My fucking head is about to hit a
That hidden hand is something. It's something, ain't it?
Where he went?
Just like be for real, the Chittamachas. Yeah, y'all need to understand why the Chittamachas was all up and through the Delta. Y'all have folklore running all through the Delta. All that shit runs into each other.
Wait, I think that he's on pause thinking he reading it to us, but he don't know when you exit out the app, you basically on pause. So I'm gonna wait till he come back, but not for real, y'all, I'm ending the fucking live, because now...
I'm going to just send it to you. I'm going to send it to you, host.
All right, I gotta go back
But
and...
yeah, people don't know that the NAACP is full of chiefs, and they want to tell you the narrative the way they want to tell you. And that's not the truth. Is that you looking for that hidden hand? That's that hidden hand.
And here, hold on before you end it, because this is going to tie into what Mimi just told y'all about that hidden hand of the NAACP. The Klan in Mississippi was started by the Daughters of the Confederacy and their black lovers. It had nothing to do with skin color. They were designed to remove tribal chiefs because they wanted to take over the land.
Wow.
They
I have
come here.
pictures in the archives of black folks standing around the fire.
Why would
Put
you?
it
If
on
you
the
sitting up
together.
here,
This is why from the 1800s all the way up into 1960, this is why you get the most lynchings and hangings. They were taking out all of our chiefs.
Yes.
why do you
This is
sit there and
Remember
think that they come here
the
every
baby,
quarter?
the lady that was the women that were unalive with the babies in their stomachs? Yeah, they had to take the baby out because the baby was the descendant of the tribal chief. Remove the child and the bloodline stops.
That's why Tia keep telling you that it's about the soil, the land, and the minerals.
It's about mineral, land, and water rights. It has nothing to do with skin color. That peace treaty that they brokered between the Indians after the French and Indian War between Britain kept these people out of our territory. That's why Independence Day is the fall of your empire. They snatched their freedom from Britain so that they could invade your shit.
That's
Like
when
you
they
sitting
grabbed
up
their
here-
nuts and said, "Fuck that! I don't want to be ruled by
Like
these
you sitting
melanated
up here,
beings
we
no
under
more."
a constitution,
People don't know
but
that.
you don't understand the Bill of Rights that was before that. That's ours. You don't understand those governments. We was under 3 different governments before we got to this constitution that sit there and made us 3/5 of a person.
And
They had
Chief
to
Tammany was the
revise it.
one who helped them set up their jurisdiction. Chief Tammany.
The Reconstruction era. This land is nothing like it was 100 years ago. This land is nothing like it was 150 years ago. They sit there and they reconstructed the waterways. Because whoever controlled the Mississippi River controlled the import and export.
Woo!
You want to know why? Because
Talk
they
about
could,
it.
the ditch diggers that y'all said weren't real. That's why I said if you were a Creek Indian, you were descendant of a ditch digger because you knew how to control the current of the water. All the watering holes in the South connect to the Mississippi River because your ancestors took their ass out there and dug the ditch for that shit to flow. The Mississippi River did not flow the way it did. It flowed backwards. They reverse engineered it by
So do
connecting
you really
watering
want to know
holes.
what the
Facts.
civil right? I mean, the
And
civil
that's why
rights
they
and
called
the
them
civil
Creek
rights and the
Indians.
Civil
They
War
lived
is about.
along the creek.
That's my
Host,
dad's side of the family. Creeks.
host, if you could throw me
I
up
have
on a
one
big screen
Creek
for 2
grandmother.
seconds.
Well, yeah, I have a Creek grandmother who had my Creek grandfather who married a Choctaw woman who was my grandmother. That's how Choctaw got passed down to me. But I still honor my Creek ancestry.
Hold
Get done
on.
doing my deep research into my Choctaw. I'm gonna be doing Creek. I'm gonna be doing Chickasaw, and I'm gonna be doing the Cherokees. I have a
I
bunch of
have.
Indian bloodlines running through me, but I have 4 lines of Choctaw by itself.
Can y'all go ahead and read that, please? That's crazy.
I just read it. That is wow.
To say the Till tribe of Mississippi is a remarkable indigenous community known for their rich cultural heritage and deep connections to the land. This is crazy, man.
Shout out to
Their
the
last name
Well, I
Mississippians, man.
got
Y'all
my
the greatest people
screenshot.
on earth,
because
man.
they
We the greatest
sealed it
people on
the
earth, man.
land.
Go ahead, Tia.
And
Your
like
last
Miss Tia
name
been
tells you
saying,
what your people did.
thank you. I was just about to say that, Tia, because Tia been saying that for a very long
Super.
time. A lot of like he said, like you see in the little on his screen, it says Till Tribe. So a lot of our last names is our tribal names, like Miss Tia been saying for the past 6 months now, maybe
Do y'all
longer.
want to know what my last name is?
Look, they gonna try to
Guess what
find
my
you,
last
sis.
name is? Guess what my last name be?
You know I know what your last name is. I know your first.
Are you related to
So
that other? What's her TikTok?
Goddess R.
You related to her, sis?
because Millers, they also sit there and made liquor too.
Yeah, she
Wait, hold on, Lady Mimi.
yeah, she connected to some people in my family with the last name Darden. So she from Homer too. She got people in my family that's we got some people in the same, we got our
They all like distant
family
cousins.
tree. Our family tree.
Oh, okay,
Some people
okay,
in my family
okay.
mixed with some people in her family.
I thought she was reaching, y'all.
Tia, I got a
She know some
question real
people I
quick.
know. Mm-hmm.
I got a quick question for Tia. If you could do me a favor, can I hit you up after the live so you can send me that information? I want to put out some content on this, man. This is groundbreaking. This is crazy. Nobody know about this. This is information that's been buried, and it need to get.
Wait. Hold on. I'm not even gonna hold
Give
you.
you a follow.
Wait. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is information that you're supposed to gatekeep. So please do not do content on that. On this, y'all. Like this is real. Like you gotta give it time to sink in. Like you got. That's why I said I'm really about to end the live because I just learned 3 new things today, and I need time to really let it.
I'm gonna go live later on, but I got to get up and run some errands, so I'm finna jump down. But y'all can inbox me.
Yeah,
I
I'm
respect
about
that.
to
People
end the
don't
live.
even
But
I plan
please.
on going live tonight.
You
people
said you
don't
gonna go
realize
live
that the
tonight?
King family was ambassadors. They was
Yeah,
the
with
ambassadors
that
of the
topic I
situation,
put
and
in
that
the group.
whole family was